Hello everyone, and welcome to my latest Beatles collection video. Now in today's video I'm going to be showing you all of my foreign albums, so there isn't just one country in mind here, it's from a variety of countries. Now these albums aren't really sorted into any particular order, it's just kind of a selection of foreign albums, so it's going to be quite random. Okay, so let's get into the video. So the first thing I have is an interview album, which I believe is actually American, and it's called Beatle Talk. They were the way they were 64 with Red Robinson, and the label it's on is the Great Northwest Music Company. So that's it, Beatle Talk, in Vancouver, Canada, and Seattle, Washington. And here's side 2, same places. Now this next piece is one of my favourites. It's an Australian 60s copy of With the Beatles. As you can see, it's a very different cover to the UK edition. And here's the back of the sleeve. The track listing is exactly the same as the English one. And I like the stereo sticker that you get on this. This is a stereo copy. It's on both the front and the back, the stereo sticker. Now the label for this album is fantastic. It's basically a gold label stereo, however it's silver. And it's for With the Beatles, of course. And you get a few different companies and stuff on. But anyway, it's a very, very nice label. Parlophone stereo, and there's side 2. Okay, so the next thing is another Australian album, and this is a modern pressing of Abbey Road, and it's on coloured vinyl. Here's the back of the sleeve. You can get this in a range of colours. I've seen it in lots of different versions. And here is the Apple label on both sides. And as you can see, this is on a very, very nice red vinyl. Very bright and vibrant. So the next thing I have to show is actually a box set, and this is French. I believe it came out mid-70s, and it's the Beatles and John Lennon, interestingly. Now if we look on the back, it's basically just the 2 volumes of the Beatles rock and roll album with John Lennon's rock and roll album. So the lid just comes off and you get the 3 records inside. I'll show one of the labels because they're all the same. So this is what would normally be the Beatles Rock and Roll Music Volume 1. It's on the Music for Pleasure label and it's in stereo. Nice white and blue label there. And it's like that for the other 2 discs as well. Here's the inner sleeve you get. Has a bit of writing on at the bottom. Now here is another French album. It's a white vinyl copy of Sgt. Pepper's. And it's on the 2-box Parlophone label. And it's on a very nice white vinyl. Very heavy vinyl as well. Here's side 2. There we go. This feels like a modern release rather than like a 70s release. Right, now this is a Portuguese white album, and I believe this is from the 70s rather than the 60s. The cover is in very nice condition. It's not numbered, but it does have the Beatles embossed, you can just about see there. And it's a side opener, not a top opener, and it's in stereo. Now this copy doesn't come with any photographs or a poster, however the records do have these nice black sleeves. And here are the Apple labels. So here is side 1. and side 2. You can see that it's made in Portugal there. Here's side 3 and side 4. Now this is a German album, however it's a second pressing of this album. It's called The Beatles Beat, and here's the track listing. So it's kind of like with the Beatles and A Hard Day's Night, with a few A-sides and B-sides on there. So it's pretty good album, I think, actually. Few nice picture on the back there. Now you can tell this is a second pressing because it's on the blue Odeon label. Original copies would probably be on like the white, red and gold Odeon label, if you've seen that. I know those pressings can be pretty expensive and hard to come by, but the labels look really nice. Okay, here is a German copy of the American album, Something New, and this is also on the blue Odeon label. Now the back of the sleeve differs from the US issue, although the track listing is the same. There it is. And side 2. Now this is the Beatles' Greatest, and this is a Dutch album here, and this is, as the sticker says, the special limited edition gold vinyl pressing. Very nice. I think this was released in the late 70s, might be wrong. And it's basically just a hits compilation, but it's very good. Here's the back of the sleeve, Parlophone logo. And here's a black Odeon label, which is very nice. Side 2. And this is the gold vinyl here. It's also available in black vinyl, but I think this is very nice indeed. Now I do actually have a Swedish copy of this. As you can see, it hasn't got the gold sticker, so this is a black vinyl copy. The back of the cover is actually different. As you can see, the tracks are laid out in a different way. And this is on a Swedish one-box label. There's side 2 as well. And here is the Beatles Live at Star Club Hamburg album. However, this edition here from, again, Holland, differs greatly from the usual version from other countries. So this is the regular version that was released in the UK. And as you can see, the cover is very different to the Dutch one. But that's not all that's different, because the track listing apparently is different as well. For instance, the song Where Have You Been All My Life is nowhere to be found on the usual version of the album. As you can see here, that track doesn't appear on it. Nor does the track Sheila on the right hand side there. That's not on here either. So there's a few tracks like that. However, I remember when I listened to this album, the tracks that are on here but not on the usual version, they're not actually on this album at all. They're on the cover for some reason, but they aren't on the actual album. The album's just the same as the conventional version. So I don't know if that's because they couldn't get the rights to that material or whatever, but that's very peculiar. This is a Indian copy of With the Beatles, so it's an Indian mono version. And you can see the cover is just the same as the UK one. And here's the back, which again is very similar to the English one, apart from the bottom here. made in the Dum Dum factories in India. I showed a stereo revolver which was also made in Dum Dum in my revolver video, and this is from that same series. And here's the yellow and black parlophone label. Set out quite similarly to the UK ones, I have to say. It's got a groove in the label as well. Side 2 as well. Now this version doesn't have the "you really gotta hold on me" error. It's got a, so it's actually spelled correctly on this version. Here we have the Beatles Greatest Hits Volume 1, and this is from Singapore. As you can see, the cover is very, very similar to Beatles 6, or certainly reminds me of that anyway. So this is just a compilation of their early stuff, from kind of A Hard Day's Night backwards. But it's a very good compilation. And this is in stereo actually. And here's the black and yellow parlophone label. And here's the other side. And here is the final LP I have to show in this video, and this is a Spanish compilation. It's basically just 20 greatest hits. Here's the back. So it's throughout the entire discography from She Loves You to Let It Be. It's basically just the Beatles' 20 golden greats. And here's a really nice inner sleeve advertising some of the Beatles albums that you could buy. Now this is quite an unusual Odeon label. It sort of looks a bit like a one-box Odeon label rather than like a one-box parlophone label. It's set out very similar to those. And then a nice sort of turquoise colour label. Alright, so that's the end of this week's video. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.